Welcome back, Makal and Smorty Season 2. So, how long did it take for you to write all these episodes, Mike?
I think I spent like
3 years.
30 minutes on this.
Alright, we've got Smorty on,
Maybe
so
30.
you want to get into it
What?
right now? Nothing you want to say beforehand?
Or
I did take a break in between, like writing half of it, so maybe it was like a little longer then.
Okay. So, let's dive into the world
You're
of Makal and Smorty Season 2.
I've seen the face of death, and it is Makal and Smorty.
Zachary's gonna go first, and I'm gonna go, then Cody's gonna read. So Zachary, you read episode 21.
Okay. Episode 21, Train Drama. Smorty carves a hole through the bottom of the train with his knife.
Wait, real quick.
Oh my God, Mike!
Hold on.
Not even the first sentence.
Do we all remember where we left off, though? Do you all remember where season 1 left us off?
I don't really think it cares,
train,
Mike.
be evil.
No, it does, because this like goes exactly after season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, read it. Read it, you piece of shit.
Steven's
Read
penis, reading it, Cody. Jesus. Steven's penis, however, grabs Smorty's arm and tries to hold him off as Makal runs. Makal makes it to the back of the train where he is stopped by Mitzi and Officer Jake. Turns out that the bear that killed Black Chris was just Mitzi in a bear costume. Officer Jake and Mitzi were both in danger of being killed by Smorty. They determine they must team up so it can be 3 against 3. Steven's penis pops in with a knife sticking out of him, stating 4. Wait, hold on, let me just scroll down a bit. Forgot where he was. Okay, Stewart pops his head out and says 5. Astan pops his head out and says 6, only to take it back seconds later just to make Makal feel like crap. Then President of the United States, Barney Sanders, pops his head out and says 6. Donald Duck also sticks his head out and says 7. Barney at first isn't happy, but Donald apologizes for how badly their friendship ended during the election. This is really getting serious, guys. I don't like it so far. Finally ready to let go, Barney Sanders agrees to work with Donald and save Makal, Mitzi, and Jake, but also agrees to build the wall. Chris Sora pops his head in and says 8, but only because Zachary Ian Folkman is one of their enemies. Oh no. Smorty sticks his head in, pissed, seeing Makal has 8 people keeping him protected. How long is the summary? But he has an army of his own. Hillary Clinton shows up and says 4, now referring to Smorty's team. Smorty calls Hillary a stupid slut because no one set her up to say 4. After this, Olivia pops her head in and says 5. Stuart's dildo amiibo pops in and says 6. Will Brower comes in and is now 7, and finally Makal's long-lost brother, Nickelback Pinsack, walks into battle, becoming 8 and betraying Makal. It is 8 on 8. The tension is real. Jesus Christ, that was
What
long.
the fuck was that?
That was it was all the people joining sides, dude.
Why? No, why were they like
counting?
counting numbers?
Because, like, they said we only have 3 people. It's 3 against 3. Make that 4 against 3.
So the whole
like,
episode is
like
just
that.
them saying 4.
Yep.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
I'm killing myself.
If you're gonna question Makal and Smorty, you should.
Let's just read on, please.
Read it, fucking tool. Read it.
Episode 22. The battle. The fight begins. Donald Duck and Barney Sanders immediately kill Hillary, and it's not, like, hard at all. And unlike certain characters that die in the show, she is not coming back. Smorty, with the power of Zachary and Folkman and Black Chris, makes Stewart explode. Officer Jake shoots Dildo Amiibo, causing it to explode for some reason. Will Brower grabs the almighty sword and immediately impales himself by accident. Nickelback Pinsack approaches Makal and the two have a fist fight. Smorty, with the power of all 3 spirits, manages to punch Mitzi and Chris Sora off the train into an airplane, where they decide to go on a nice vacation. Barney Sanders and Donald Duck, with the power of love, use their big epic combo move on Smorty, but it backfires as Smorty uses his ghost powers to force them out of the train into the ocean. Things have gone south real fast. Makal only has Steven's penis and Jake. Luckily for them, Jake manages to take out Olivia.
I don't know.
But now...
Call him, man. Do you want me to call him?
Yeah, see what time he's coming home.
Alright. Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
Guys, I gotta go. In the middle of the DuckCast.
So we're just going to stop recording for now?
Just
or?
keep going. Keep going.
All right. But is now trying to figure out how to destroy his brother, Smorty. It is now brother versus brother. Nickelback Pinsack fighting off Makal and Smorty fighting off Jake. Steven's penis just looks around horrified, no longer wanting to fight. he walks in between the battle and gives his big dramatic speech about friendship and how we shouldn't fight one another. Smorty, sad, stops fighting Jake and Makal, and Nickelback Pinsec hug it out. The episode ends with Jake warning Smorty that this isn't over and jumping out the window with his jetpack.
Cool. Should I just read for Cody? We'll just get to him when we get to him.
I guess so.
We gotta keep moving anyway. So, episode.
Yeah, we do have to.
Episode 23, Clowning Around. Smorty gets a job as a clown. This being too gay of a decision for Smorty to make. I was thinking of like your name. Makal and Steven's penis know that this is either Zachary Ian Folkman or Black Chris's doing. They begin to investigate on who would be more likely. They go to Chris's old house where they ask Olivia, who is still mourning Black Chris's death, and you spelled mourning wrong, first of all, the wrong mourning, and formation into Smorty. It's M-O-U-R, not M-O-R. You're talking about
I know
mourning.
that, but I typed really fast, and there's no like.
Okay. It's not this is a big show on TBS or anything. They look through his house and come across his secret clown room. Black Chris's effect. Nice. So.
Episode 24. Oops 2. Fuck me once, shame on you. Fuck me twice, shame on me.
What?
Makal once again must make a public apology for his statements in the previous episodes. The first time being his rude statement about doctors, and now his statements about clowns. But while people tolerated the doctor shit, making fun of clowns is considered worse than making fun of the Holocaust. Note: Michael Bemis received several death threats after the release of Clowning Around and almost canceled the show because of this. Cody took over the channel for a while. Michael tried to think of a way to handle this. In the process, Michael's channel lost over 12 million subscribers.
So
Michael, your
so
fucking
it's now
show
the negative
sucks.
numbers. What, Cody?
Yep.
Your show sucks.
All right.
Cody, 25.
Yep.
Even
That's
though
yours.
it's so short, 25.
Oh my.
We're finally back at Cody. One little paragraph.
Makal, Smorty, Stewart, Mitzi, and Steven's penis all go to the zoo.
No, you're reading the wrong one. It's episode 25.
Who cares? I'm so tired of the band episode. Makal, Morty, Smorty start a band with Steven's penis and Stewart. They break up at the end. Can I kill myself yet?
Yeah, you can. You want to just like not be part of this now?
No.
Here, Cody, read episode 26. I'll give you another one.
No!
Read it.
No!
Read about the zoo nightmares.
No.
You have a minute and a half to do
Read
it.
the zoo nightmare. I don't care.
Okay, fine, I'll read it. Wait, did he just end the he left the call?
Oh, yeah. No, I took him out. Anyhow.
I lied. I want to be a part of it.
Nope. Fuck you.
I love you.
You disrespected me for the last time.
Yes, Smorty.
Get out of here.
You disrespect the law. You disrespect me.
We're not going to finish this in the rest of this part. You're going to have to cut it.
So, just cut it right now at 8 minutes.
Oh.
Don't cut it mid-sentence. Zoo nightmares. Makal, Smorty, Stewart, Mitzi, and Steven's penis all go to the zoo.
Are you showing
In the process, they run into the mad scientist Jeremy Cadell.
Cadell.
Who's Jeremy Cadell? Who's Jeremy Cadell?
A very super secret guest.
I did spell his name wrong on purpose, just for the record, just like I spelled several of the names wrong.
Jeremy introduces his new invention, the body switcher, to the group. Zachary and Folkman, through Smorty, begins to explain that this story has been done before and that Jeremy should think of something more original. Jeremy has been done before and that Jeremy should think of something more original. Jeremy then switches Smorty over an elephant having intercourse.
Can you stop chewing on whatever you're chewing on, please? It's
Chewing
really
on
unsettling.
like jelly beans, you bitch. Where was I now?
Having sex with an elephant.
Having sex with an elephant. Unaware that Smorty is currently sharing a body with Black Chris and Zachary and Folkman. All three of them suffer thanks to Zachary and Folkman.
Way to
They
go.
go to Zachary and Folkman. It's a request to be switched with an animal as well, always wanting to be an animal. Mitzi becomes a reptile, and Stuart becomes a sloth. Astan wants to be walks by the reptiles and steals a bunch of reptiles for his unboxing videos that he totally still does and didn't stop making 5 years ago, along with Namco High, just YouTube in general. Mitzi is one of the reptiles, and he steals. Makal passes on becoming an animal, fearing that Jeremy is evil and will keep him as an animal. Steven's penis, however, becomes a giraffe. A very phallic giraffe. Jeremy then reveals that he's evil and trying to trap him, as animals can stop them from stopping him from ruining the world. Makal informs Jeremy that there is nothing they could really do. Jesus Christ, this is so long and boring. Dude! It's like
I was just about to say that, too.
episode.
It's like unnecessarily
Read the
long.
whole thing. Read the whole thing.
Makal then asks if he can join him then. Jeremy accepts and turns everyone back to normal except Stuart. They forget about him, and he's just a sloth now. Makal then tells Smorty that was all a trick, and he has been deceived. Smorty tackles Jeremy, steals his device, and they switch Jeremy into a monkey. After this, another Jeremy walks into the shot. Makal and Smorty, now very confused, question Jeremy on why there are two of them. Turns out that the evil Jeremy was Jeremy's long-lost evil twin brother Gerardo.
Wow.
Gerardo.
Gerardo.
Fuck you. Fuck yeah, that's
Is
great.
this next episode as long?
Is it you then, Zach?
Yeah, is this episode just as
Yes,
long?
it's you. Nope.
Okay.
It's
episode
longer.
No, it's
It is?
not.
Oh no. Episode
No,
27.
it's a lot shorter.
Sleepover. Makal, Smorty, Stuart, the Sloth, Astan, and Jeremy have a slumber party. Astan leaves 5 seconds in and flips them off. The 6 friends, if you count Zachary and Folkman and Black Chris, who are still inside of Smorty, play with the Ouija board, or however whatever you spell it. Stuart the Sloth gets possessed and runs outside, causing
Ouija.
chaos. Shut up, Cody. I don't care about your quick-ass remarks. It's up to Makal, Smorty, and Jeremy to put an end to Stuart the Sloth's madness. Zachary and Folkman takes complete control over Smorty to have a ghost-to-ghost talk with the ghost that possessed Stuart the Sloth. There's a lot of ghosts in one sentence. Saying that he knows it sucks balls to be a ghost, but to stop whining, just form with other ghosts to become one person. Hold on. The ghost listens and lets Stuart go. He flies off in hopes of forming a human being again. Makal talks about how complicated the show has become, with Smorty sharing a body with 3 people, and that it's starting to become annoying, so they are getting it fixed tomorrow. Right? Yeah. So stupid.
Episode 28. Back to normal. Makal and Smorty go back to the zoo where they switch Gerardo and the monkey back again. They ask Gerardo if they can make Smorty, Zachary, and Folkman and Black Chris 3 different people again. They accomplish this by threatening him, saying that they can easily turn him back into a monkey. Gerardo agrees to help them. They do science for a while in a montage to the song Chandelier by Sia. They have the device set up, and he shoots at them. However, this does not separate them, but instead kills them. Yeah, I guess Gerardo didn't build a gun that would separate them. He built an actual gun. He's a villain, so that makes sense. Gerardo then grabs his jetpack and flies off. Makal mourns his best friend's death. Smorty watches from heaven, calling Makal a faggot. Then God shows up telling Smorty that he is being given a second chance at life. Smorty goes back to Earth, and him and Makal are finally reunited without Zachary and Folkman and Black Chris in the way. As for Zachary and Folkman and Black Chris, they both have to stay dead and they go to hell because they're not Christians.
They're Jewish.
Alright, Cody.
There! To start pointing fingers at him. There, Jew.
Get the next.
Episode 29, Smorty Goes Hollywood. Smorty makes a
Smorty Goes
short
Hollywood.
film with the help of Steven's penis and Stuart the Sloth. They release it online and gets really big and popular, and Smorty goes to Hollywood and forgets about all his old friends again, including Makal. first Hollywood is great. Then he starts to get depressed, starts getting drunk, and all the time considers his life. He then realizes that friendship is more important and goes back to his friends.
You read this.
This
so
next one's
drunk,
pretty
Cody.
long.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You want me to just do all the long ones? And you guys can do the short ones?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of
No,
long
I
ones,
want Zach to read this. I had to read it.
You want to read a long one?
I had to read a long one. Now Zach has to.
Okay, read a long one, Zachary.
Alright. Episode 30.
Sounds long as
online.
fuck.
What, Mike? What? What?
So it's not as long as Smorty, so...
Great. Thanks
Fuck
for that
you.
ad in there. No one cares. Makal and Smorty make a friend over the internet named Marcus. Who's Marcus? I don't know. They meet him on Skype as a random friend invite, but out of curiosity accept it and start talking to Marcus. They start talking to Marcus on a regular basis, but begin to notice something strange with him. Every time they talk to him, it's as if he has nothing new to say. Nothing big ever happens in his life. Nothing ever changes. They also begin to notice strange things about him. For example, he changes his clothes during the calls. He eats during big meals during the calls, not snack meals, steak and freaking lobster. He shaves in the calls. He showers in the calls. He uses the bathroom during the calls, and for obvious reasons begins to bother the heck out of Makal and Smorty. Hold on, let me scroll up. Where was I? Wait, I was scrolling up and I lost my place. Damn it. Oh, okay. They one life confronts him about his odd behaviors.
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I typed that.
And then they learn that he has a curse that only allows his life to continue through Skype calls. Whenever in a call, his life moves forward, but whenever it ends, he freezes until someone calls him again. This is why he had so many random friends on Skype, so they can call him, and he can live his life. The more friends he has, the more likely it is someone will give him a call. I don't think that's how Skype works, but okay. Heartbroken by this sad story,
Oh,
The worst of him, he has a curse!
Makal and Smorty
You're
buy
a
a new
cunt.
laptop just so they can keep Marcus on permanently. Spelled permanently wrong. They start a Skype call that never ends and bring their laptop places with them, so Marcus can live a not normal but more normal life. They even put it on the room alone sometimes so he can have some time to himself. The episode ends with Marcus thanking them for making his life worth something and happy once again. We gotta end this right now. My God, these are long.
But read the title. Read the title of the next episode before you do it, because it's perfect after that dramatic ending.
Steven's penis gets circumcised. It's Steven's penis's 51st birthday, and his friends believe it's finally time for him to get circumcised. They, however, get Gerardo as their doctor to do it. Gerardo claims that he has turned over a new leaf, but this turns out to be a lie and makes a bloody mess while doing it on purpose. He flies off on his jetpack, claiming this is the first of many attacks.
It's a super villain.
That was retarded. That was
Right, Mike,
that was
read it.
gay.
What? Oh, yeah. Next one. By the way, the one after this is really long and very unnecessary long.
But then you'll read that
Oh
one
my
too.
god, are you fucking kidding?
You'll read the
Or
next
would you
two.
both?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me look at
Because
all
you've written these so you can cruise by them easier. So like, just do it.
Yeah.
It's only one flow
Also-
and one rider.
I'm also just a quicker reader than both of you guys.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
I stutter a lot.
I'm sure you are, Michael. I'm sure you're the perfect human being, you fuck.
That was unnecessary, but okay.
Episode 32. God, I'm gonna cry, dude.
Good. Did I hurt you?
Yeah, you did, man.
Baby, don't
I
hurt.
want to do this.
Did I?
I don't want to do this
Did I
anymore,
hurt you?
guys.
Here, I want you to cry on camera.
We're canceling DuckCast.
Oh,
DuckCast is canceled.
Is it canceled because of Cody?
Yep, Cody canceled it.
Good. I'm the fucking repo man. I'm coming to shut your shit down. That was completely off.
Episode 32, Rewind Astan. Makal and Smorty throw a party to celebrate Marcus's birthday. All of the friends are... By the way, there's like several birthday episodes in a row here. All of the
Yeah,
friends...
Jesus Christ, there's so many fucking birthdays.
Mitzi the
Having
reptile.
someone's birthday or gonna go to the fucking zoo or fucking...
All of the friends are there. Mitzi the reptile, Stort the sloth, Jeremy...
Why are they always here?
because I want to throw all the characters in, man.
You
And
have so
now-
many problems with
It's like
this
a
show,
fucking
Cody.
Ronald McDonald It's like one of those Ronald McDonald fucking VHS tapes that you used to get at fucking
I
McDonald's.
never
You know what I'm
watched
talking
those, so
about?
I wouldn't know.
I remember
Ronald
those,
McDonald
man.
Land.
I had a few of them.
Fucking put.
I didn't watch that shit.
Put an image of that shit on screen. Put
I
an
found
image on that
find
shit
them.
on screen. You'll find them. Trust me.
Okay. Just re-
Fucking. This is some fucking Ronald McDonald bullshit, Michael. Fuck you.
What? Nothing.
Yeah, man. Nothing, man.
All of the friends are there. Mitzi the reptile, Stuart the sloth, Jeremy, Chris Orr, and of course the now circumcised Steven's penis. Astan also shows up but leaves 10 seconds in just so he can give them all false hope. Finally having enough of his shit, Makal runs outside and tackles Astan,
Was he fucking Ultron?
only to realize that his face has changed a good bit. He looks younger now. Makal asks Astan about this, and Astan sighs and admits that he's actually 81 years old. He ages backwards, so he started off looking 100 years old and now looks like he's 19. Makal asks how this is possible. Astan claims he's an alien. Makal decides not to ask any further questions. Astan begins to get kind of depressed since he is on his final 19 years of life. Astan begins to reflect on the past 81 years of life, and the episode is mainly about Astan and his life that aged backwards.
Jesus fuck, man.
Alright, Mike, read this.
Episode 33, Bar Time. And the next one's one that Zachary has to read.
Do I?
Perfect.
Okay.
The one after this you have to read because it's perfect for you. To celebrate being turned back into a human, Mitzi invites all of their friends to the bar. Everyone,
Jesus Christ! Another fucking everyone's here episode.
everyone
Jesus Christ! This is
having a
some Ronald McDonald bullshit.
everyone is drinking, is having a blast, but Makal and Smorty hesitate to drink. Makal and Smorty have been good Mormon children their whole lives and weren't so sure about drinking. None of them knew the type of drunk they would be. Mitzi was the fun drunk, Stuart was the sad drunk, Astan nobody knew because he left 7 seconds after walking into the bar flipping everyone off, Steven's penis was a horny drunk, and Jeremy was a mean drunk. Makal and Smorty finally decide to see what kind of drunks
What
they
is the
are.
fucking seven deadly fucking the seven deadly dwarves or seven
There weren't seven.
dwarves?
There weren't 7 of them, Cody.
There
Take
were 7 dwarves.
a sip of alcohol. After
There
taking
was
a small
Dopey, Stony,
Makal was
Drunky.
after taking a small sip, Makal was extremely wasted and was so
Master
drunk
P.
he hallucinated. This meant Makal was lightweight. He can barely drink anything without being wasted immediately. He began to act silly like Mitzi, but more to a stupid extent, making Makal a stupid drunk.
Like Zach.
Smorty drank 45 beers, and they all had zero effect on him. Smorty discovered that it is impossible for anything to have a negative effect on him. He proceeds by snorting 3 pounds of cocaine with zero effect whatsoever. Smorty then assumed that he had supernatural powers that the man upstairs gave him when he died, meaning he could do anything. He proceeds by jumping off a bridge and breaking every bone in his body, resulting in him going to the hospital.
Can I just say that that last Cody kick out of the call thing just came out of nowhere? I did not expect that. It just really got me. Alright.
Alright, Cody, Zach, got the next one.
It's a fourth wall title right here. Episode 34, DuckCast. Makal manages to contact Zachary Ian Folkman over, Skype, where they do a Duck podcast together. The podcast becomes the highest rating podcast, and Zachary Ian Folkman becomes a celebrity.
And heck, just say heck. Oh my god.
I don't know. Actually, I can't. I just didn't think of it, I guess. On the surface, no one gives a crap. Makal, being jealous, tries his best to get himself to heck. Happy now? Alright. He starts committing felonies, insults every religion, and craps on Smorty's face while he's asleep in the hospital. Zachary and Folkman hears of Makal's behavior and is furious. Due to this, he kicks Makal off the show, but doesn't want to upset fans, so they make up some story about Makal moving on to work on his own show. Makal months later finally got back to work on releasing episodes of his video game review show, and all was good. But as the years went by, everyone questioned why he really left, and if Makal and Zachary and Folkman were still friends. Nope. Years later, Zachary and Folkman made an appearance at the end of Makal's Star Trek series, showing that the two were still in good terms with each other. What the heck, Star Trek? Where'd that come from? Okay.
Episode 35 of the circus. This is my episode because I like clowns. Smorty was released from the hospital and is very excited because today is the day his father is going to take him to the circus. His father, however, informs him that they are going to the circus tomorrow. not
Speak
today.
up.
Smarty responds by having a fit, kicking and screaming and being a little shit. This shit was to go on the entire series. If you know what I'm referencing, congratulations. You're a faggot.
You sound so depressed, dude.
This actually happened to me.
Episode 26.
Wait, how
I
long
wanted
is this?
to go to the
36.
Holy fuck.
The last 5 are long.
Well, we have a minute left of this
Yeah, I
part.
would
Should we
imagine-
read this one?
Well, we can read the final 5 in the final DuckCast.
So end this right now?
Well, how much time do we have left?
Half a minute.
Yeah. End
Hey,
it.
listen, everybody, go fuck yourself. Bye. I want to be stoned right now.
What, Cody?
Hi.
Damn it. Wait, you said something about being a stoner? What? What was
No, I want
that?
to be stoned right now.
Okay.
I said I want to be stoned right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make this a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
talking
well.
about? No, actually want to be stoned. Like, I want people throwing stones at me.
Stone to death.
I'm into that
maybe.
sort of thing.
And that would make this more entertaining.
An on-camera murder.
Okay.
Can I get stoned now? Alright.
The episode 36. Donald Duck and Barney Sanders are both working on a wall together with the help of Ass Dan, who hates illegal aliens. The three also plan on kicking out anyone in
No, he is an illegal alien.
the country illegally causing Steven's penis to go into depression,
Don't ignore my criticism, Michael.
knowing that soon he will have to leave his friends behind. Makal and Smorty tell their dear friend that he has nothing to worry about, and they can save him by giving him a disguise. They go to their friend Stuart the Sloth, who is selling disguises as a new profession. Sadly for Steven's penis, the only costumes he sells are Waluigi and Shrek costumes. Steven's penis goes with Waluigi and walks out pretty upset. He tries to live his days with Waluigi in peace, but in the end can't bring himself to do it. He takes off the costume and prepares his rocket ship and says goodbye to his friends. Makal, not wanting to say goodbye to his friends, suggests that they take a citizenship test and become a U.S. citizen legally. Together, him, Makal, and Smorty study, and then Tom Cruise wins the election, and there's no way, and there's no wall, so there's not really a problem. The episode ends with Makal, Smorty, Stuart the Sloth, and Steven's penis talking about the time Smorty became president. Makal then recalls he was supposed to be in jail, but then escaped, and now Officer Jake is after him. They question whatever happened to Officer Jake. The episode ends with Officer Jake on one knee talking to his master. His master is a dark shadow man who claims that the end is near, and soon all hell on Earth will begin.
Some Star Wars stuff right here.
Yeah, you know, it's not too far off.
37 and 38 aren't very long, but 39 and 40. 39 is really only a really long one. 40 is not long either.
You're just wasting time by explaining this.
Alright, 37.
I'm gonna
Alright, episode 37. Blood Wish Part 1. Shadow Man has all of his supporters on one knee. He asks them all what their wish is. Jake's is to capture Smorty. We then see the rest of his supporters one by one. Astan's wish is to gain more years on his lifespan. Donald Duck and Barney Sanders wish to build the wall and become presidents. Hillary Clinton's wish is to be human. And Gerardo's wish is to kill Makal and Smorty. Shadow Man then tells each of them to grab a knife and cut their palms. They all do this and then have their hands bleed into a bowl. Sounds like a really bad, like, creepypasta. Shadow Man grabs the bowl and begins to stir the blood together. He then tells them all at once that once they take over, their wishes will come true. We then cut to Makal and Smorty's house. Makal, Smorty, Stuart, the Sloth, Steven's Penis, Mitzi, and the whole McDonald's crew are playing poker. and Marcus. Smorty wins, takes his clothes off, and goes streaking as his victory. As he runs through the streets naked, Mini Boy jumps out in front of him, saying that there is something he needs to tell him.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Episode 38, Blood Wish, Part 2. Makal says goodbye to Stuart and Mitzi as they leave. Marcus goes to bed, and Makal takes the computer to a different room. Makal then makes it back to the kitchen, where him and Steven's penis begin to grow concerned. He guessed Steven's penis grow? Anyway, begin to grow concerned as Smorty would normally be back from his victory streak by now. We then cut to Smorty and Mini Boy talking. Mini Boy explains that the end is near, and heck on Earth will begin soon. There is no way to prevent it, but if they act quick enough, they can bring things back to normal. Mini Boy claims that the man who is causing all of this is the Shadow Man. Let me just scroll up a bit. He's unsure of his identity, but he had a strange encounter with him, and he seems to be very well aware of who Makal and Smorty are. Just then, the skies go red, and Mini Boy fades away into dust, but not before wishing Smorty good luck. Makal and Smort is Steven's penis run outside as the skies go red, horrified. This sounds like a very relatable show from a certain Makal Bemis here. Where are we? Makal and Steven's penis. I read that. Smorty approaches them and tells them what's going on. Tells them that each of them have a fight coming up. That they need to alert the others. They only have 24 hours to stop this, otherwise it will be permanent next time on Across the Fourth Wall.
It's not really. I don't know how it's across the fourth wall.
No,
I
forgot the show. Oh, the internet reality. That's right. Just
internet reality.
Yeah. It didn't end one thing with like red skies or something. I'm pretty sure it was that show.
Episode 39, Blood Wish Part 3. Makal and Smorty gathered all of their friends together. Steven's penis, Jeremy, Stuart the Sloth, Mitzi, Marcus, Chris Sora, Black Chris, Zachary, and Volkman. Hell on Earth means that they're returning as well. Chris Sora whines that he barely got a role in this season. Smorty tells Chris Sora to shut up and focus. Each of them must fight someone, and each of them must win or else they are screwed. They can't lose a single fight. Smorty versus Jake, Jeremy versus Gerardo, Stuart the Sloth versus Donald Duck. Marcus versus Barney Sanders, Chris Sora versus Hillary Clinton, Mitzi versus Astan, Steven's penis versus Will Brower, and Makal versus a Shadow Man. And yes, Will Brower's there for like no reason now. He wasn't introduced before. Zachary and Volkman and Black Chris are given the task of fighting demons in hell. With their experience down there, they had the most experience. They immediately go into action. Stuart and Marcus manage to convert Donald, Duck, and Barney to the good side again, without fight, and Chris Sora kills Hillary Clinton, finally putting an end to her madness. Jeremy and Gerardo, and I thought I killed Hillary Clinton off in the first episode, now that I think about it.
You did.
I just brought her back. I just brought her back without explaining it. I just forgot that I killed her off.
Continuity, who needs it?
Jeremy and Gerardo face off as Gerardo starts to monologue about how Jeremy was always the one everyone liked, how Jeremy was the one with the friends, and while he was shoved in the dirt, Jeremy apologizes, now realizing his brother is in pain. Gerardo pulls out his real gun out on Jeremy, but before he shoots, is stabbed with a giant sword by Chris Sora, who exclaims he is on a roll today. Jeremy looks down at his dead brother with sadness, and unlike every single character on the show that has died so far, Gerardo is not coming back. Steven's penis doesn't have to fight. Will manages to knock himself out by accident. Mitzi, very much like Marcus and Stuart, with Barney Sanders and Donald Duck, tries to convince Astan to come back to their side. He is a friend to them all and means a lot to them. Astan remembers all the good times, like 5 seconds he spent at Smorty's birthday party, or the entire minute he spent at Zachary.
Always the birthdays with you.
I named another thing.
They're important qualities and plot points in the show, Cody. Oh my god.
And a single tear goes down Astan's face, and he joins Zachary and Volkman and Black Chris in fighting demons. Makal and Smorty are both running together to face their foes. The two finally just make it to a place where they must split. The two wish each other luck, shake hands, and hug one another, knowing this very well will be the last time they see each other. They both go their own ways. From a distance, Jake is staring at Smorty with one final line. It ends today.
So we gotta end this?
Even though it says in.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, part 5, I think.
Is this the last episode?
Yeah, 40's the last one,
Wow.
so...
Okay, then we'll just talk about whatever afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, we'll do the discussion about how,
Yeah, discussion.
how I need to make
The
Season 3
review
smaller
portion of it.
descriptions.
Alright, who's reading this?
I don't know. Probably it's Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Okay.
Do it.
So, oh, God.
Be enthusiastic for once.
Oh, I have to, like, evolve.
Into a beautiful butterfly. Ew, just look over, it's like slime and like eating a child. Just all constipated all the time.
Alright.
You're a beautiful constipated butterfly, Cody.
Alright. Smorty and Jake finally meet up. Smorty asks why a cop would help with the end of the world. Jake claims he quit the force, and all he wants to do now is for Smorty to die. When Smorty asks why, Jake responds, we hate each other, you know this. Smorty responds, oh yeah. Do begin to fight each other, but Jake is clearly the stronger man. Smorty doesn't get, like, even a single punch. Jake beats the shit out of him. Like, actually beats the shit out of him. Smorty starts shitting excessively as he gets his ass handed to him. It's not really Smorty's fault. No one could ever defeat Jake. Luckily for Smorty, he's collected all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds into Super Smorty. Jake still beats his ass, but no, not as hard now. Eventually, Jake gets tired of beating the shit out of Smorty. Oh, fuck. And he's, oh, okay. Calling it quits for the day. Smorty does a victory streak along with everyone else. All of the show's characters take their clothes and go running naked in the streets with Smorty. The episode ends with Makal making it to Shadow Man's lair. Makal informs him that everyone has been defeated and it's over. Shadow Man accepts losing the battle, saying that he won't he still try to win this one, but that he certainly isn't done yet either. Makal states his voice sounds kind of familiar.
Jesus Christ, Cody sounded out.
Not extremely familiar, but still kind of familiar. Shadow Man's shadow dissolves, and he revealed to be Kenny, the first person Makal ever met over YouTube. This is being the first time the two have seen each other in 5 years. I was expecting it to be Waluigi.
So I decided to throw. I decided to throw in something in that absolutely no one would understand,
Yeah.
but most of the show no one would understand.
Subscribe to
Yeah,
MLSA Productions, or don't, I don't care. But anyway,
It's
is that annoying enough?
What? Wait, subscribe to what?
Isn't his channel MLSA Productions, right?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in like
People
5 years, maybe.
People go over there, they're like, oh, some guys talked about you on their podcast, and he goes over, it's like, oh no, these guys.
Why are they bringing me up in their show? Why am I a character in this thing?
It sucked.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Balls.
Nothing from you, Cody? Huh? Eh?
Tom Hiddleston is the Joker.
Cool. He's the guy who plays Loki, right?
No, he plays the Joker, you fuck.
Makal and Smorty
Sorry.
is probably the most awkward DuckCast we have, but I'm gonna make a 3rd season.
I swear to God, if you do.
It's gonna be a while. It's not gonna be like 5 DuckCasts from now. It's gonna be like maybe 20 from now.
It better be.
And
But
Cody,
I
you
am
have to
gonna
be
make
part of
smaller
all of them.
descriptions next time.
Seriously.
What?
Because it's funnier when it's smaller descriptions.
It is.
My favorite
It
ones,
gets
you-
boring
you just get
after a while,
surprised.
like when it's longer.
Huh?
It gets boring after a while with the
Maybe-
long ones, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like I don't know. I was, like I said, I don't put thought into these. I just typed up what felt right. I was like, yeah, let's write big
I mean,
description.
I'm not telling you to put actual effort into
you
this,
should,
but you know.
You should write an episode where the Makal and Smorty crew have to fight the McDonald's crew.
That might be an
I have to
episode
make a
now.
montage of you bringing up McDonald's now. Just like every time we have you on a DuckCast, always bring up McDonald's so I could have it all in some montage.
You know what it is?
You know,
what it is?
What?
You know what it is? I really want some McDonald's.
You know what? I was actually going to just say this real quick.
Yeah, bring McDonald's.
One montage I planned on making from the very beginning of the show, which I can't make because it actually surprisingly doesn't happen, is I was going to make a Zachary and Michael argument compilation. I feel like me and you insult each other, but I feel like we've only been in one legitimate argument, which is the 8 Crazy Nights argument. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's the Hanukkah movie.
It's an Adam Sandler movie. It's just
It's the only Hanukkah movie.
because he's Adam Sandler. It's Jewish.
I feel like it's me and Cody actually. It's like surprising because like me and Zach actually.
Because it takes place during Hanukkah. They celebrate Hanukkah. It's a fucking Hanukkah movie.
But I don't consider it because it's a bad Hanukkah movie. Just like the prequels to Star Wars never really happened. That's what I'm doing here. I'm not, dude. I'm saying it like not in a literal way.
Not a Christmas movie.
But the fact that people still consider it still being a Hanukkah movie and taking that seriously is what I'm angry about.
Zach, I'm gonna skin you alive.
I know it's a Hanukkah movie, but it shouldn't be.
I'm gonna skin you
And
alive.
people consider it to be, and it's stupid. It shouldn't be. It's Adam Sandler, and it's a bad movie. And people always go to that as the Hanukkah movie, which is the worst possible thing.
It is the Hanukkah
Why go
movie.
to
It's like
that
the only
one?
famous
There are
Hanukkah
many
movie.
others out there.
Just for the record, I'm not arguing with you about it anymore. I just think it's funny. That's what our one argument has been about on the show.
20 years later, we're still arguing about it.
You and Cody are the ones arguing about it.
No, Cody's arguing. I'm just making a point, right?
Sure. It's one of my favorite DuckCast moments. Besides, you're gonna get your dick sucked.
By the time we're recording this, I didn't upload the last episode yet, the one with Stupid Mario World. That is so. I'm just gonna tell everyone, including both of you, like if you do watch it, like do not visually watch it. Just listen to it. Visually, it looks like crap. And part 4, I think there's a part where Michael's audio is like very screwed up, but you can still understand it, but it gets like really buffery and annoying. But like.
Yeah, no more having 4 people on.
Yeah. By the way, just saying, parts 3, 4, and 5 of that are actually pretty entertaining. I think the first 2 are a bit slow, but I definitely keep watching. Yeah.
I think when we first started, it was awkward as hell.
It was the delays. I think it got better over time.
Well, what we should have done is that, like, we started the DuckCast immediately after we added everyone. Yeah. We should have, like, took some time to catch up a little bit first, because we weren't, like, completely comfortable, right? Because it was a long time since we've all talked to each other.
Yeah.
So it was kind of awkward when we first started talking. If we would have, like, talked for, like, an hour, then started the DuckCast, we would have been more talkative.
And again, we're not going to ever have 4 people as the minimum on ever, or as the maximum.
Yeah, I do agree with that now.
Yeah.
But with the only thing I will say about it is, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. That's something I always do. It could have just been one of them who screwed up the audio. Like maybe one of them had something.
I'm gonna read a bunch of WatchMojo.com videos.
Well, we have like 20 seconds left. I'm not really
Top
gonna
10
record
anime
that.
wars. Top 10 underrated movies of all time.
No one cares,
Top
Cody.
10 celebrities you didn't know had
About
a
to end
twin.
this, Cody.
Top 10 comic book
My mouse is
villains
going
without
over the
powers.
record button, the stop button.
Top 10 modern industry trends that have gamers
Mike.
worried. Top 10 BBC
Bye,
shows.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Top 10 YouTube movie trailers of 2015.